Good afternoon, all. I am Dr. Pradeep Avade, Associate Professor in University Research Department of Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik. Today we are here for guest lecture in the memory of late Dr. Daulatrao Iyer sir. Today we have Dr. Anand Kathe Thankar, is retired major, uh, and today he is going to talk with us on the topic healthy doctor-patient relationship. Sir is consulting physician in Aurangabad city, and he is a versatile person. He is not a medical doctor. He is artist by um, uh, profession also. He is a painter, and is working more on health education, which is the need of our country. Today we have medical education at university level. We have health services at the Department of Health Services (DHS). But the most important missing link is the patient education, that is health education. So I think this is the missing link will be filled today with the lecture of Dr. Uh, Kadet Thankar sir. With this brief introduction of sir, I request sir to start his session. Over to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
First of all, I thank Honorable Vice Chancellor, Lieutenant General Madhuri Kanetkar Madam, Param Vishishta Seva Medal, Ati Vishishta Seva Medal, Vishishta Seva Medal, retired. I also thank respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Dr. Milind Nikum, respected Registrar Dr. Rajendra Bangal, Sir, respected Dean Academics Dr. Mrunal Patil Madam, and respected Dr. Jayant Palaskar, Professor and Head University Research Department. My today's topic is healthy doctor-patient relationship. Now someone might feel, what is the need of this topic in today's era? It's theoretical and outdated topic. But friends, let me tell you, this is very much practical subject to be practiced and thought by every doctor 24/7, because we are in contact with our patients 24/7. Since our ultimate aim is to make patient disease-free, happy, and for this purpose, we need good, healthy doctor-patient relationship. If you see, recently, violence against doctors is increasing rapidly. It causes fear and stress amongst medical fraternity. It in turn demoralizes our medical fraternity, and people have to work in stressful situations. It is not uncommon to see newspapers flooded with news of violence against doctors and hospitals. You open any newspaper, somewhere a doctor is getting beaten up by patient's relatives. A mob is vandalizing hospital. Now, these type of news, these are not good for society. And when I read such news, I really get sad. So we don't know in this relationship, when we treat a patient, serious patients, we don't know what is the outcome of that patient. So we don't know outcome of that patient, whether he will survive or not. If something goes wrong, then people come and beat doctors. Here, if doctor-patient relationship is good, then probably the outcome will be accepted by patient's relatives fairly and willfully. But if it is not, then we really don't know what will happen. So, need of discussing doctor-patient relationship is exactly for this. Because recently, relations between doctor and patients have not remained cordial. There could be many reasons, but slowly they are getting stressed. Both the parties are suspicious. Now, doctor is suspicious about patient. What he will do, we don't know. Patient is also suspicious how much charges doctor will charge. That's why there are so many attacks on doctors and hospitals. And this is demoralizing situation. Now, if you see all this violent behavior, as per IMH statistics, 75% of doctors in their lifetime either get verbal or physical threat. Now, with this background, with intent to improve doctor-patient relationship, I put forward a few points before this August audience. So, what is importance of this relationship? It is understood for last so many years. It was relevant in past, it is relevant in present, and it will be relevant in future. Now, you must have read Davidson's Principles and Practice of Medicine. Davidson's book is probably most readable and most read book in curriculum of medicine. At least in our time, it was the one. If you open it, first chapter, first page, it is on doctor-patient relationship. You open other textbooks of medicine or any other subject, clinical medicine, you see the first thing is doctor-patient relationship. Whichever may be your branch or pathy, everything in medicine faculty revolves around patient's well-being, cure of the disease, control of the disease, and above all, patient satisfaction. We all work only for patient satisfaction and making the disease free. So patient satisfaction is more important than cure or control of the disease, because patient should go home with satisfaction. Patient may get cured of the disease, but if he carries bad memories of the hospital, then it's not good for doctor-patient relationship. This doctor-patient relationship, how it develops? It reflects wisdom and understanding passed from generation to generation of doctors. Like when we did our undergraduate, postgraduate, we saw our teachers, how they used to talk to patients, how they used to take the history, and how they treated patients. Now, this wisdom we carry, we learn from them, and then we pass it on to our next generation. This is how the doctor-patient relationship we learn from beginning. Second thing is every doctor wants respect from patient. From inner side of a doctor, we really want respect. And then if doctor also shows compassion, then it is perfect scene for trust, and mutual trust is built up amongst doctor and patient. Another thing which I noticed is doctor-patient relationship does have a therapeutic value, in the sense that there are so many patients when they come to clinician, just talking to clinician, half of their problem or full problem, it vanishes. Because most of the problems presently, the clinical problems, they come with anxiety. This anxiety factor is so much that once you treat this anxiety factor, almost their all physical problems get solved. So a good doctor-patient relationship does have therapeutic value. It's multi-layered, dynamic, and bilateral. Dynamic in the sense it goes on changing. You will be surprised to know that a person whom we treat number of times, and say 25th time, if he comes out of the uh, hospital schedule and you refuse to see him, he will get angry. All these years you treated that patient, that time he was happy, but only one time you have not attended him, he becomes unhappy. So it's dynamic, and we have to take care. and it is bilateral. Now, this ideal doctor-patient relationship, it goes on building, and doctor has a big role to do that. You have to have thorough knowledge of the patient. When will you get thorough knowledge? When you listen to the patient, then only you get thorough knowledge of the patient, thorough knowledge of his disability. Secondly, when you examine patient, touch him. Touch is the biggest medicine. Only touching a patient will also change the things. There are many allegations from the patients that doctor didn't even touch me and charge so much money. So this type of thing, if you want to avoid, just examine patient thoroughly by touching, taking blood pressure or pulse, whatever it may be, and listen to the patient. Even if you get annoyed with patient, still what he is saying, you must listen to it. Then if you do this, there will be mutual trust. And last thing is, you must develop ability to communicate. Whatever you want to tell, you must tell to the patient. You give information about his disease, information about treatment. You can discuss about his signs and symptoms, but you must communicate. Unless you don't communicate, there will be a gap between doctor and patient. I am happy to tell you that I practice in such an area where there are cosmopolitan patients. So I learned 4 or 5 languages to talk to those patients. I learned Telugu, Punjabi, Malayali, and I talked to those patients, and I have seen that it has gave positive impact. With this, if you see present problems, is it really worrisome? You see, the mob is attacking on a hospital. Now, to this extent that young doctors have to protest against it. If somebody is attacked by a mob or patient's relatives, his morale goes down. He doesn't want to go to OPD or ward where stressful situation is there. You see all these manhandling by mobs or attacks by patients' relatives, but collectively, if you see what is the present situation, the to me fact is patient still respect a good doctor. You can call him Dhanvantari. Here, good doctor is very important term. Now, I will take you to mythological days where Samudra Manthanam was done, in which it is described in Vishnu Puran. When churning of ocean went on, so many gems came, and Dhanvantari, the heavenly physician, emerged with a pot containing Amrut or Amat, the heavenly nectar of immortality. Since that day, Dev Danav, everybody, that time Dev Danav both respected him, and still uh, all people, they respect Dhanvantari or doctor. The crux is doctors are still respected. There is Sanskrit shloka, Sharire Jarjari Bhute Vyadhigraste Kalevare, Aushadam Jannavi Toyam Vaidyo Narayano Hari. Patient harboring various diseases receives medicine as pious as Ganga Jal from a doctor who is representative of Narayana God. Hence, in diseased patients' eyes, doctor is a god. Even educated people who get cured in hospital from serious illnesses, they respect doctor. Doctor, irrespective of any pathy, he works for making patient disease free, cure of the disease, cure of the illness, and secondly, that too as fast as possible. Nobody wants that patient's illness should linger on. So for that, we have to have good doctor-patient relationship. And what it is, every interaction with patient is an opportunity for doctor to win his heart. And most of the time, that as if a daughter is telling her secrets to her mother. Doctor becomes his family member. Patient believes that doctor will not share his secrets with anybody. Since doctor becomes aware of social financial status of that family, he can direct correctly to that family about all medical problems, and they really get close to you. One day one patient asked me to find a match for his daughter. I said, I am not a Anurup Samstha or something. But he said, there are so many people come to you, please find a match for my daughter. मी म्हटलं मी फक्त पेशंट पाहतो. Do you want a patient to be match for your daughter? So, but the point is, we got very close to each other. So this is how good doctor-patient relationship starts building. But what are barriers to healthy doctor-patient relationship? First and most important is expenditure. Then unrealistic high expectations, not following doctor's advice, ignorance of medical problem, perception of medical profession as business, and role of media in portraying negative image of doctors. Now we see one by one. Expenditure. There is a famous international bestseller book, Psychology of Money, written by Morgan Housel. Author says, two topics impact everyone: